Republican Party. By contrast, Joe Biden is weaponizing the Justice Department to viciously persecute pro-life activists and Americans of faith. Just last month, the Biden DOJ got Paula Harlow, a 75-year-old woman in poor health, sentenced to 2 years in prison for singing outside of a class. She was singing, actually, a beautiful voice. She was singing beautifully outside of a clinic. And fearing she would die in prison, her husband pleaded with the judge for mercy and even asked to be thrown in prison with his wife. And the judge responded by mocking their religion. He was mocking their religion. I wonder who that judge is. Paul is one of many peaceful pro-lifers who Joe Biden has rounded up, sometimes with SWAT teams, and thrown them in jail. Many people are in jail over this. This is just crazy. We're going to get that taken care of immediately, first day. Immediately. But let's call these brave Americans what they really are. It's persecuted Christians. That's what they are. They're persecuted. Because these people are really the threat to democracy. You know, they have a whole thing about Donald Trump is the threat to democracy. I'm the one that got us out of the wars. I'm the one that defeated ISIS and got us out of all these wars. You know? I'm the one that had the safest border in the history of our country, and now it's death. And, you know, when you talk about the bad border, you don't realize how many people are dying on the caravans coming up. They're dying because they're told, you know, come on up and we're going to give you education, we're going to give you health care. They're destroying your Social Security. Your Social Security and your Medicare is being destroyed because millions of people are coming up, and you're not going to have it. Something's going to have to happen because they are destroying. Joe Biden is destroying your Social Security and many other things to reverse these monstrous abuses of power. The moment I win election, and we're going to win, we got to win. If we don't win, we don't have a country. We don't have a country. You know, I used to say it in 2016, and I meant it. We were, you know, I thought that was the most important election. In 2020, I didn't say it. By the way, we got many millions of votes more in 2020 than we did in 2016. We got millions and millions of votes. It's a rigged election. But we got millions of votes more. I was told if you got the same number, 63 million, that you win. We got millions and millions. That's by their count. And it was a terrible thing. And look at what's happened to our country in 3.5 years. It's not even the same place. It's not the same place. I always say we're a nation in decline. We're a nation in really serious, serious decline. But we will rapidly review the cases of every political prisoner who is unjustly victimized by the Biden regime, including Paula, so we can get them out of the gulags and back to their families where they belong. Paula, just hold on, Paula. We're going to get you out of there. Can you imagine this? This is a good woman. This is a religious woman, and they throw her in jail. I will also create a new federal task force on fighting anti-Christian bias. Its mission will be to investigate all forms of illegal discrimination, harassment, persecution against Christians in America. And it's taking place at a level that nobody can believe. We're like a country from a different country. We're like, this is not America anymore that we're living in. These people are nasty. They're bad. They're bad. But you know what? We're tougher than they are. We're tougher than they are. But we have to be smart. We have to vote. We have to get out and vote. You cannot sit home. This one day you have to get out and vote. Never again will the federal government be used to target religious believers, Americans of faith. And that's all it is. It's Americans of faith are not a threat to our country. Americans of faith are the soul of our country. One of the reasons we have so much crime is you don't have the faith. You know, you don't have people wanting to be good because they want to go to that special place. They want to be good. There's no reason. It's like religion it's going down at a level that nobody's seen before. Nobody's seen anything like it. And it's really having a tremendous effect long beyond our churches and our synagogues and our mosques. It's long beyond, it's beyond everything. Religion is becoming less and less of a factor, less and less important in our country. And that's causing a lot of the chaos and a lot of the crime that you see. If they were grown up with religion, they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing because they're doing really bad things, and we're going to get it stopped. The weaponization of law enforcement is the greatest threat to freedom in America today, I think, and nobody knows it better than me. Look at the way I've been weaponized. I mean, they've weaponized me at a level that the late, great Al Capone, right? I tell it all the time, Scarface. He didn't go through what I went through. Of course, they were afraid to do it. They were afraid to do it. They said, well, let's leave him alone. He would take that gentleman, that handsome gentleman right there. He'd have dinner. If Alphonse Capone didn't like him, your family would never see you again, sir. They'd say, what happened to him? He's a part of a foundation under a nice high-rise that's going up someplace. I got indicted more than him, sir. For nothing, for no crimes. Even the scholars, all of the scholars, they said, well, there is no crime here. There's no crime. It's a terrible thing. These are sick people. These are horrible people. Remember this, the reason Joe Biden and his thugs are so desperate to stop us is that they know we are the only ones who can stop them. That's true. All of their persecution is only happening because I am running for president and leading very big in the polls. But since the show trial in New York, that horrible, horrible trial, so many corrupt things happened in that trial. And I think they're seeing it. The people are seeing it because we have the strongest poll numbers we've ever had. And I mean, that goes back a long time now. And the fundraising is at levels that I don't think anybody has ever seen before. So there's a lot of great things. And I don't know if you saw last night in the new Rasmussen poll, we're leading Biden by numbers that people haven't led by before. Biden is 10 points down nationally. That's nationally. And we're doing even better in the swing states. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election in 2024. We're not going to allow it. And every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and